In this video, we are going to share with you the easiest budgeting categories. If you or someone you know is searching for ways to get better at budgeting their funds so that they can save more money, then you've come to the right place. By the end of this video, you'll be aware of some of the best and most versatile budgeting categories that you can use to track and manage your spending. Welcome back, Money Masters! It's another Money Monday, where we lift the curtain on time-tested tricks and tips that have been proven to help reduce expenses and increase savings. As we mentioned earlier, today we are going to be talking about the easiest to use budgeting categories that will help you manage your funds and your spending off them better. But before we dive in, I just want to let you know that on Wednesday, we will be discussing whether it's better to invest your money or pay off your debts. So, if you don't want to risk missing out on that episode, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of our next amazing video. Okay, with all that said, if you're like us and are totally committed to obtaining financial independence, then go ahead and tap that like button and let's get into it. Why budgeting right is important. Now, most of us know that budgeting your funds is one of the most important things to do when you're trying to increase your wealth. It helps you plan for and around expenses and allows you to better track your spending habits so that you do not one day pour all your wealth down the drain without realizing it. However, it is also vital to know how to budget correctly. There are a whole bunch of ways to allocate your funds into different categories, and at first, that might seem intimidating. Don't worry though. We are here to talk about the best categories to work into your budget. To help you begin formulating your budget, we have provided a list of around 13 of the easiest budget categories to work your budget around. From here, you could either use this list outright to budget your funds or base your budget plan on it. They are as follows. Category number 1. Investments. Funds assigned to this category are going to be invested in financial instruments like stocks, bonds, treasury bills, and loans. They may include deposits to your retirement plans like your 401k and 403b plans. You could also argue that expenses tied to mortgage payments for real estate belong here. We recommend that you do not get all that attached to the money in this category. Investments always carry with them some amount of risk, so it is always possible to lose that money you allocated just like that. If you want to make completely sure that you do not lose your money, then watching our 2022 Stock Market Investing Beginner's Guide would be a great start. Category number 2. Emergencies. All funds put into this category should be left untouched as much as possible. This way, in case of an emergency, you will have money to help you through any unforeseen circumstances like injury and job loss. As much as possible, you should have at least around 3 to 6 months of your usual monthly expenses prepared in your emergency fund. While the money you put in the other categories can fluctuate depending on the conditions of the current month and some other outside factors, we recommend that the funds you put into this are set to be the minimum you put in. We cannot stress the importance of having enough emergency money, so as much as possible, make sure to keep contributions to this category constant. We know that emergency funds can vary from person to person, so we would like to know how big your personal emergency fund is. How much do you all try to save up for emergencies? Let us know in the comments below. Category number 3. Entertainment and playtime. One of the many positives of budgeting your funds like this is that you have a set amount of money that you can use to have some fun. And so, these funds are meant for going to watch any games, hanging out with friends, watching movies at theaters, or even buying the occasional video game to play, or a book that you can immerse yourself in during your spare time. You can also add monthly subscriptions to streaming services like Netflix and Spotify, as well as television networks and magazines here. It is also good to know how much money you are setting aside for these things. This way, you already know some areas to cut down on if you need to save up more money than you already do. Category number 4. Food and groceries. This category's funds are meant to be used to pay for any food-related costs like buying groceries every week or two, as well as any food and drinks that are bought at restaurants when you go outside. Funds here can also be used for the occasional food and drinks you have ordered to be delivered to your home or office. As a bonus tip, some of the money you assign here can be saved in a variety of ways like discounts from promos and vouchers, and even having your friends and co-workers treat you. Category number 5. Traveling, vacations, and special occasions. Travel expenses can go up pretty high depending on where you are headed, so it is always a clever idea to have some money pre-purposed for exactly that. Special occasions can also cost a lot, since these can include special holidays that involve festivals and fiestas, plus birthdays among others. Aside from food and potentially rent for venues, birthday presents, like gift cards and coupons, are also a thing that can and should be budgeted for. Category number 6. Medical needs. Expenses under medical needs include any medicine for illnesses, allergies, and injuries you and your loved ones may have. These can also include any costs for visiting the doctor for checkups and prescriptions, and will most definitely include stuff like hospital bills for examinations, confinement, and surgical operations. These should not be confused with the emergencies category, since funds distributed here are for any ongoing and expected medical needs, like if you or your loved ones are currently confined to a hospital ward to recover from a big surgery. Category number 7. Wellness and beauty. The majority of the expenses considered in this category are purchases of beauty products like makeup, dental products like brushes and toothpaste, and a lot of other wellness products like deodorant and facial cleansers that help you stay clean, feel fresh, and look more presentable in general. Also, remember that any expenses related to physical fitness count here as well. So, remember to budget some money for any gym memberships as well as home exercise equipment, clothing, and protein supplements too if applicable. Category number 8. Pets. Now, the pets category has under it a whole slew of expenses that the funds you put into it will be used for. You are taking care of another living being, so there are additional expenses for food and water, toys and treats, visits to the vet, insurance, medicine, and even milk formulas if your pet is having children, since sometimes the mother will not always have milk for their children. Other expenses like cages, strollers, leashes, and collars, as well as pet diapers, may also be factored in depending on the pet you own, so remember to take note of these too. Category number 9. Utilities. This next category should contain any expenses related to paying for utilities, which could include electricity, water, and gas for your kitchen stove if you do not have an induction cooker. You could also put money for your internet bills into this category. Category number 10. Housing upkeep. Household costs also go hand in hand with utilities, but it is a good idea to separate these costs because these expenses are specific to the house you are living in. These include security measures like CCTV cameras and motion sensors, pest control for those annoying rodents and bugs, garbage collection, and house cleaning supplies like cleaning solutions, mops, and brooms. Category number 11. Savings. Next up, savings. Funds assigned here are better left untouched for the short term, just like emergency funds, at least until your saving goal has been reached. If you are curious about how you can start up a saving goal, be sure to watch our video about it. You are guaranteed to learn a lot. Category number 12. Insurance. Like your emergency funds, having an insurance plan can help out in unexpected situations by providing financial relief, so they are good services to invest in. Funds placed under this category will go towards your monthly contributions to you and your family's health and life insurance, and also your car and home insurance. Category number 13. Gas and transportation. Finally, we have expenses related to gas and transportation. Assuming you have a car, the money in this category is budgeted for expenses like gas refills and other forms of maintenance for the car at automobile repair shops and gas stations. A few things to note: not every category in your list needs to have expenses counted towards them every month. Those expenses just have to be regular enough to warrant their own category because you can see a trend in your spending that you are distributing money towards that particular area. Lastly, we want you to keep in mind that these categories and expenses that will fall under them can vary from person to person. An expense like parking can also be put under gas and transportation instead of miscellaneous if that makes it easier for you to track all of your expenses. These are only our suggestions. So that's all we have for you in this video. We hope you learned some very helpful insights from what we've shared with you today. Please don't forget to leave a like on our video if it was able to help inform and positively influence your financial decisions and lifestyle, and leave a comment down below about how you feel like this video will help you boost your overall income. Also, if you love our content, subscribe for more Money Masters content and updates. And so that you don't miss out on our next episode of Wealthy Wednesday, where we will be discussing whether it's better to invest your money or pay off your debts. Also, we'd like you to consider sharing this video with at least one friend. It would mean the world to us if you would join us in our mission of helping good people like you keep more of what they earn and earn more from what you keep. That'll be all from us in this video, Money Masters. We'll see you in the next video.